We're going to talk about a Beretta 92Xi. Welcome to the Hideout. Today with Sarge 1911. We're going to talk about the Beretta 92Xi. But before we do, please click subscribe. Click that you like the video. Click the ringy dingy so you get a notification. Check us out at sgt1911.com. Okay, let's go. I'm going to slow down just a little bit because I really want to do a good job, and I'm not familiar with handguns. Time to familiarize myself with it. A few months ago I picked up the new 92Xi, single action only. And we're going to look at it. This is it. Why they built the single action only, I don't know. I can think that it's probably because the government, US government, went with the SIG plastic toy gun instead of a metal gun, and they needed to generate a new model or whatever. Anyway, this is the single action only 92Xi. I don't know what the I means. If you know what the I means, send me a message down in the comments. I would appreciate it. It probably means I don't know. But anyway, the big deal about this thing is not only it being the SAO, single action only, it's got a frame mounted safety. That's the big deal. That is the big deal. It is ambidextrous. It's mounted on the frame just like what? Just like a 1911. So old John Moses Browning is still having an effect after all these years. Right here on the side. That's good for me because what I do, it's similar to the 1911. I don't have to practice as much with this handgun to be proficient because a lot of the controls are the same. No memory bump, but I don't worry about that anyway because that's just there. Now it does have a big beaver tail, which I like. We got some texturing on the back. We got some texturing on the front, and both sides are textured. It came with two 18-round magazines, which we're going to need that capacity if we're shooting popcorn at people because these are only 9mm. It's not open really big down at the bottom, if you can tell. So, you know, if you're going to carry this and practice with 18 better be enough because mag changes, you know, are difficult and a lot of people don't carry an extra mag. Hammer. Hammer's a big skeletonized thing out there. I like it. It's got texture on it. It does have a half cock. Would I carry it a half cock? I probably will carry this thing full cock, safety on, cocked and locked, just like I do in 1911. That's probably the way I'm going to do it. Serrations here on the front. Serrations here on the back. It is built if you want to put a red dot on the front, on the top. Or if you want to put your little light or whatever trinket you want down at the bottom there on the rail, it's got a rail on it. Now, sight-wise, got a red fiber at the top with a 3/8 dovetail. I think it's 3/8 dovetail. It's dovetail. Maybe it was smaller than that. So you could change it. Back is just black with no dots. Trigger. Let's talk about the trigger. Trigger's got a little curve. It's not straight up and down flat. Almost. It is flat across here. It does have some vertical textures, but it's flat here horizontally. If you can see, I don't know if you can see. I tried doing a good job here. I don't know. So, trigger pull's pretty light. We're going to pull it once. I did it once. I played with the gun a little bit. We've not fired it at all. We're going to solve that in just a little bit. I think the trigger pulled, it was less than 4 pounds once. 311. So it has got a good, nice, light trigger on it, and single action only. Remember, single action only. Now let's talk about the things I don't like. I did read just a little bit about it, but one of the things I read about it is made in Tennessee, I believe. Texas, Tennessee, I don't know. Gatlin, Tennessee. Now, I'm not hammering the people over in Tennessee, but you guys need to listen up. I don't know if you're a union shop or what the deal is. And I don't want to piss nobody off here, but if it pisses you off, then you better, you know, wham, 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 my heart pumps piss for you, because this is the fact. Look at the front of it. Look at the barrel here. Never been shot. Only is slide racked a few times. Look at the discolorization already. I mean, the gun looks like it's worn. Plastic guide rod. You know, it's not an ugly gun, but it's not a super nice gun. It's contrasting colors. If that turns you on, what turns you on is that did I get my money's worth out of stuff? You know, I don't know. I tried to do some reading about it, and you guys, please go out and look at other videos and get other opinion. Here at the channel, you're gonna get my freaking opinion. The quality of handguns that are being turned out of there, people are complaining about the finish. True, I don't know. Mine, yes, I'm not happy with the finish. Most of the time when I buy Beretta, I try my best to buy Italian made. Why? I know the quality is there. Here, I'm looking for a 92Xi. I don't know what the I stands for. Please, somebody tell us. Magazine release, nice. Beaver tail, nice. 33 ounces. It's basically a 92X, and they just changed the safety location. I'm going to go out on a limb and say most holsters will fit your 92X, FS, whatever, are going to fit this. Now, one reason I've let this dog lie for a little bit is I was going to carry it to farm. I want to carry something over to farm where I'm walking around and that snake's too close, or the coyote's there, or something else going on, bad guy, whatever. I'm carrying a gun. I don't like to carry my nice 1911s over there. You know, I got some of those Texas barbecue ones that I like to carry. I'm not rolling around in the freaking mud and shit with them. But I like this single action. It's not a training change. I can hit that safety just like I wouldn't even know it wasn't a 1911. I just pull it and poke it and pull it. So, bought a holster. Now this, you get a 2-for-1 today. This is the Bianchi, and it's a carry holster. Now, this holster, it was on back order, so I had to wait a little bit for it. I got it, but it's got the carry lock on it. Now the reason I like this carry lock is because I am going to be tromping around over there in the woods, crossing down trees, working, running the chainsaw and everything else. I wanted one that's going to stay in the holster, and I'm not going to have to try to remember the last time it was there and walk through the woods and look for it. So I bought this. Now, this holster supposedly fits this gun, and it does, but it also is one of these deals where it fits all the 92Xs. It also fits the SIG 320. It fits the Smith & Wessons. It fits several models. That said, now, does it lock? It does, but look at it jiggle. That just don't turn me on. You know what I mean? Does it lock? Yeah, it locks, but I don't like the jiggle there. It doesn't give me confidence. I'd rather have had a holster that wasn't a fit all, but one that fit this gun. A little disappointed in the holster. I had other Bianchi holsters that I had several years ago that have a lock on them, this very lock, that are excellent holsters. Not as pleased with this. I think they sold to somebody else. It does have a sweatband. If you'll notice, it covers the safety a little bit. But there's where I have a trouble with ambidextrous safeties. On this side, there's nothing covering the safety. So technically, I could have a malfunction, right? So push this lock in, pull the holster out, and you're good. Now, I could carry half cocked, just like you can in 1911, you know, but I won't do that. I'll carry cocked and locked. So, even though, you know, I'm not as thrilled about the finish as I should be, the slide, 9mm, the spring, you can tell it's not a real stiff spring. Relatively smooth, not a lot of grind in it. I think we can probably shoot it a few hundred times and have a really nice handgun. So let's actually do that. Let's get started. Quit bitching about it and playing with it. Let's go outside and see if it actually does go bang, bang, bang. soften things up a little bit. We came inside because the wind was blowing our skirt up so bad, but I'm pretty happy with it, I guess you could say. You could see I had, 4 or 5 times that I had some stoppages. They weren't, the gun wasn't jamming. What was happening was I was shooting cheap ass ammo and the gun's new. It needs to be broke in. So just like any others, a lot of times it gets stuck. I just bump a slide and it goes forward. And I can solve that 2 ways. I can go out there and shoot the shit out of it. That's one way. I can take a little bit of polish and polish the feed ramp. That's another way. Now some of you guys are going to tell me, yak, 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 cheap ass ammo. Well, you some bitches are lying is what it comes down to. You all shoot cheap ass ammo, you just don't want nobody to know. It's like driving one brand of truck you don't want nobody to know about. You'll do it, you just don't want to be seen doing it. Anyway, the deal is, pretty good gun. Y'all want me to shoot some good brass ammo, send me a check. Buy some stuff at Sarge1911.com and I'll shoot some different ammo. Handgun overall, somewhere between $700 and $800 depending on where you shop and if you're using stamps or coupons or whatever it may be. I'm not unhappy with the gun. It's exactly the gun that I thought it would be, where I could put it in this holster that I'm unhappy with, carry it around in the woods and shoot. Recoil, exactly like you'd think it'd be. It's a 9mm pea shooter with his metal frame handguns, no recoil. Trigger, I'm still not thrilled about the trigger. Would I put an aftermarket one in? I would if this was my daily gun. It's not my daily gun. Anyway guys, I'm just sharing it with you, sharing my opinion. Is it worth the money? I believe so. Can you buy better with more money? So until we get to shoot again, remember, always, always shoot safe.